What's going on, Jeromes? So the Minnesota Vikings, first off, they're absolute kings of the Friday afternoon news dump. If just dumping news on Friday afternoon when people are heading home from work or happy hour was an Olympic event, this would be the Vikings. It's like, come on, man. It's the freaking weekend. Come on, let's go, man. Anyways, but the Vikings have signed a new quarterback in Matt Corral, former 2022 third-round draft pick out of Ole Miss, and they have placed JJ McCarthy on injured reserve. Now, first off, so McCarthy, I know that there was some thought that, hey, maybe they'll place him on injured reserve after 53-man roster cut down, so that would give him the opportunity to potentially come back in the end of the season, and we made the case. No, end it right now, end the season, and because the timeline for recovery from a full meniscus repair is 4 to 6 months. 4 months, the short end would be mid-December. So, rushing him back onto the field in a spot where he has a greater chance of re-injury, nah. So glad that they made the right decision with McCarthy and with Matt Corral. It's interesting because now I get to use one of my favorite memes. Coral. I really gave up on that show once that Jeffrey Dean Morgan smashed in the Asian dude's head with the baseball bat. Spoiler alert. Also, so the wife was really into the show, and she just completely turned it off. She was like, done, because I think she had a crush on Glenn. Because I think the wife, she doesn't have the yellow fever. She's got the yellow plague. Anyways, Matt Corral is all up in the building. Let's talk about him today. Background, 25 years young, 6'1", 212, former 4-star recruit from Long Beach Poly. He was a huge get for Lane Kiffin and the Runnin' Rebels. Well, not Runnin' Rebels, Ole Miss Rebels, whatever. Took his talents to Oxford, 3-year starter for Lane, threw for 3,000 yards back-to-back seasons, 2020 and 2021. 57 career passing touchdowns for the Rebels, 67.3% completion percentage. Also ran for 18 career touchdowns. Does have solid mobility. Excerpt from a scouting report, Daniel Jeremiah from back in the day. What I liked, Corral has a very intriguing skill set. He's an excellent athlete and a versatile thrower. He's capable of driving the ball into small windows, laying the ball over linebackers or under safeties, and dropping the deep ball into the bucket. His overall touch is outstanding. He has tremendous quickness and awareness inside the pocket to avoid the free rusher. He is effective on design quarterback runs because of his suddenness and ability to elude defenders. He is competitive to fight for extra yards. Immediately, because I remember watching him back in the day, and I did like him in the 2022 draft. Also, hey, the Vikings have the best quarterback from the 2022 draft class. That included like Kenny Pickett and Desmond Ridder and Malik Willis. But just like, he's got a little Fran Tarkenton to him. He's got a little Joe Cap toughness. We'll take that, man. Ended up being a third-round pick by the Panthers, number 94 overall in 2022, like we mentioned. Yes, he is teammates with Sam Darnold again. Nailed it. He had a Liz Frank injury to his foot in preseason that ended his rookie season. And then 2023, so he went through camp with the Panthers, was released at 53-man cutdowns, trying to get him onto the practice squad with the new regime with Frank Reich and company before Reich was gone. But then Patriots claimed him. And then it was a little bit touch and go for Corral and the Patriots last September because he missed a couple of days of practice without notice, and there was some real concern about Matt Corral because Corral had been open about his struggles with depression, and people were very worried about Matt Corral, but he eventually was not re-signed to the practice squad for the Patriots. Spent the bulk of last season out of football, but did sign up with the UFL Birmingham Stallions. And where is that graphic? Nailed it. Also, that's a good uniform combination. I kind of like the colors, man. They look good. But Birmingham, Corral helped them win a championship, threw for 494 yards, 2 touchdowns, did some really good things in the playoffs, and was showing up and showing out. Kind of surprised that he wasn't on a 90-man rooster throughout the bulk of training camp, but it sort of is what it is. What Corral brings: tough dude, makes off-schedule plays, makes throws off a platform, does have that moxie, high-energy attitude. So, like I said, mobility, Fran Tarkenton, that attitude, I kind of like. I love Joe Cap, man. He's one of my favorite all-time Vikings quarterbacks. Great athlete, dual-threat quarterback. Now, he's not like a He's not like a straight line burner type running quarterback, but he is someone that can find yardage when everything is covered downfield. He's a quarterback that you don't really want to play a lot of man coverage against, where the cornerbacks are turning their back on him. So he can get out and get after things. Does have a quick, compact release, solid accuracy and placement, short to medium, solid with deep ball, but nothing to really write home about. Does have a non-NFL frame. So whatever, but also parts of his time at Ole Miss with the Lane Kiffin offense, a lot of his single read and go, but that's been the hallmark for a lot of collegiate offenses over the last couple of years. Now with Corral, do you see him as a starter? No. Not anytime soon. But what it is, it's competition for Jaren Hall these last 2 preseason games, even though Corral's probably not going to play in the preseason game on Saturday. Although it would be funny if they just pulled the Josh Dobbs with Corral. But Darnold obviously is quarterback 1, Mullins is obviously quarterback 2. But as we've advocated, bringing in some competition for Jaren Hall and see if there's someone else that you like better as quarterback 3. So Corral is getting a week-long audition. I'm sure that we'll see him next Saturday in the final preseason game against the Eagles. But then the Vikings, if they like Corral, he could stay as quarterback 3, potentially over Jaren Hall. Or, the Vikings could check out who's going to be released at 53-man cutdowns after next weekend's final preseason games. But it could be an interesting spot because I really like Corral at Ole Miss. And NFL career hasn't quite panned out, but just give an opportunity here with Kevin O'Connell, even in a crowded quarterback room. Could he have some staying power? Could he get through the season on the practice squad? Learning and growing and showing in the building, and then next year with a full complement of reps, could he be the quarterback 3 or 4, and then go from there? But either way, I like the move that Kwesi made here, getting someone who's pretty interesting and going to push Jaren Hall for that last quarterback spot. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings sign former 2022 third-round pick Matt Corral out of Ole Miss. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.